Hi, my name is Chris. Welcome to my very first YouTube video. This is a very special moment in particular because it's also the unboxing of my very first Macbook Pro. So I've been a Windows user since Windows 3.11 and circa Windows XP I was doing software engineering. Did that for about 10 years, developing applications both for Microsoft Windows and also Windows mobile devices. So I've always been very entrenched in the Windows ecosystem. Of course, lately, particularly with the advent of, much better smartphone devices, iPads, iPods, and Apple TVs, my ecosystem has very much become Apple, to the extent that my Microsoft Surface laptop is the very last non-Apple device. And it was working for me very well up until recently where I've been really trying to integrate my productivity tools across my entire ecosystem. I really like the idea of being able to work off a laptop and then say in the afternoons if I'm relaxing on the couch and I've got my iPad nearby, I could do some work on the iPad, or if I'm at a local coffee shop and I've got my phone, I could just take the phone out and start working on that. And although I've been able to somewhat do it, whilst using the Windows PC and these other Apple devices, using products such as network attached storage or cloud storage to share information, it's sometimes been a little bit clumsy. And it's kind of gotten to the point that I really want to tighten that integration as much as possible. And the best way I could see going forward to doing that is replacing my Windows laptop with a Mac. It's not really about the hardware, it's actually really just about the Mac OS, because you've got integrated features like Messenger and other apps which are actually shared across devices. So there's a potential here for the Mac to really improve my workflow. Anyway, we're just going to do an unboxing video today, so very short, sharp and simple, and maybe just a very quick comparison with the Windows Surface laptop. And I'll do a more detailed comparison of the two later on, but for now, let's move on to the birthing suite of my brand new laptop. Alright, so just lift up the lid off here, and in typical Apple fashion, Apple did not disappoint. This looks beautifully wrapped up already. So what we've got here, okay, so we've got warranty information, I'm presuming, power cable, that's all fine. Let's just get that boring stuff out of the way. And wow. Okay, so this is the MacBook Pro. So I'm not getting the Space Black edition. This is the MacBook Pro M3 processor, 14-inch. It's got 18 gig of RAM, 512 SSD, so very similar specs in some regards to my Surface. So this is 16 gig of RAM, 512 SSD. The processor is an i5 versus the Mac, which is an M3. From what I can understand, the Mac will probably outperform the i5 by about 30%, so it is definitely a speed increase. But look, we'll do a proper video later comparing the two, but whilst I just happen to have this one here, let's just have a quick look for ourselves. I'm just going to place this on top. Well, look at that. So they're pretty much identical size, same thickness. The one thing which I'm loving already about the Mac is the ports. There are so many more ports in this thing. So the Windows Surface came with a USB-A port, which is a little bit funny, nostalgic reasons, I suppose. It's good for thumb drives at the very least. One USB-C port, and audio jack, which, whatever, and of course the power connection. So it's very light. So immediately, as much as I love this, the very first pain I experienced with this was pretty much right now after the unboxing. I kind of went, crap, I need to get a dock, which was more money. So that was a little bit annoying. Whereas it looks like from this device, we've got we have 3 USB-C ports, which is fantastic. Dedicated charging port, audio jack, that's fine. And something which I'm really quite excited about, external HDMI, so dedicated HDMI, so I'm not necessarily having to use any of the existing ports for video. The HDMI is a very welcomed addition. Anyway, that's about it for this very basic unboxing. I will go into comparison specs between the two models later and report back as well as to how I've gone along with integrating this with the rest of my Apple ecosystem, and very, very excited. So thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned and I'll see you soon. Thanks.